my channel where today I'll be doing a closet cosplay of SNIVY. I did that intro about 4 times and every time I felt like it wasn't good and then I did it the exact same way. So we're just gonna move on. The other day I was just playing around with one of the wigs that I own and I did it in like a 3 ponytail look and it really reminded me of SNIVY from Pokemon because they have a 3-pronged tail. So I thought today would be really fun to do a closet cosplay inspired by them. I've already picked out the outfit, I'll just go through it quickly because it's not that intricate. Basically what I was going off of is those yellow pieces that kind of around the neck. They kind of look like a hood. So that's why I put the hood underneath this green t-shirt. I don't have like a pale t-shirt to put down the front to get that stomach colour, but I feel like this gives the vibe of SNIVY quite well. But yeah, let's get into the makeup. I'm going to start out with primer. This is a new primer I got. This is the Luminous Putty Primer. I'm not a huge fan of this because I didn't know it had glitter in it. I thought it meant luminous as in it was going to make your skin glow, but it just has glitter in it. It has like vaguely gold, silvery glitter, so I'm not quite sure on it. It also really sinks into the lines on my forehead. I don't even feel like I have lines on my forehead, but this one makes me have lines in my forehead. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this and I'm probably going to switch back to the other one I used, which was the Poreless Putty Primer, same brand but a different version. Just as a quick note, I am stained around the eye. It's nothing wrong with me, it's just from makeup I was wearing yesterday. SNIVY is one of my favourite Pokemon. It might be my favourite Pokemon. I like Viper as well, so maybe they're just beating SNIVY, but I do really love SNIVY. For some reason I don't have SNIVY tattooed, but I am planning on getting one at some point. I currently have 4 different Pokemon tattooed on me. I have the starters from Pearl and Diamond on my back, and then I have an Ampalm on my arm. Is it an Ampalm or is it with 2 arms? I think he's got 1 arm. Where is he? He's there. He's got 1 arm, okay. I like that I don't know my own tattoos. That's not even trying, quite honestly. Now that the face is all primed, we're going to go on to the actual eyeshadow. For this, I'm going to go in with my sample beauty palette and the yellow that's in here. And I'm basically just going to mimic the shape that SNIVY has around their eyes. So it's kind of a rounded shape that goes straight down in yellow, and I think this colour is a pretty good match to the Pokemon. And we're going to map this out with an eyebrow brush just because it gives me more control. It's also quite sharp so I can get this line down here very easily. I've been into Pokemon since primary school. I don't really remember what age I was, but my primary school was very obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards. I feel like it was definitely a big craze back then because everyone I know who's around my age, also a little bit older and a little bit younger, really remember having Pokemon cards a lot in school, but no one I know knows how to play the game. I don't even know how to play the game. It just wasn't a thing that anyone did. All we did was trade the cards backwards and forwards, and then they eventually got banned because people were stealing each other's cards. I don't even know if anyone was actually stealing them or people were just upset when people tricked them into trading, but either way it was completely banned and we weren't allowed to do it anymore. We were also banned from chess. I don't understand why primary school, they banned everything, quite honestly. But since primary school I have bought every main game release, just one side of each main game release, apart from the reboot of Pearl and Diamond and Scarlet and Violet because those games were apparently completely broken and I didn't want to waste my money. But yeah, I've played a lot of Pokemon games. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. If people want to talk about Pokemon with me, please talk about Pokemon with me because I don't really have friends who like Pokemon. Now that the yellow is down, yellow is a little bit hard to get onto your face, so I use a little bit of extra setting spray on this section just to pack that colour in a little bit better and to make it look a little bit more even. We're going to go on to eyeliner, and for the eyeliner I want to do a line just around this, and then I want to do a little tiny eyebrow because I feel like SNIVY is a Pokemon that would have a very small little circular eyebrow. Don't ask me why, I just feel that way. So yeah, we're going to go in with this green Super Beauty Hydro Fix eyeliner. As well as the main games, I've also played multiple of the side games. I played a lot of the Mystery Dungeon games, mainly the Rescue Team game. I really liked those games. They were a little bit weird to me as a child because the Pokemon were talking English. I also played one of the Rangers games, but I can't remember which one exactly. And I don't have my DS with me, so I can't actually look it up either. But like I should talk about Pokemon Go, I never got into Pokemon Go, mainly because I can't walk around on my phone. I just get very distracted and I will walk into things, so it's a bad idea. So yeah, I just never really got into it. Now that I've got one eye done, I'm going to quickly do the other eye off camera because this one took far too long to do, and then I'll be back for the rest of the face. Both eyes are now done and I feel like it needs a little bit more whimsy. I do like it, but I feel like it's quite harsh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some white freckles across my nose, and for that I'm going to go with my Super Beauty eyeliner in white. I feel like I should list my top 3 Pokemon games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 3 and move my way up to number 1 to build a bit of anticipation, I guess. I don't really know. Number 3 is Pokemon Platinum. Like I said before, I have the starters from this game tattooed on my back because Platinum had the same starters as Pearl and Diamond. It was kind of an extended edition of those games. This was the second ever Pokemon game I played. I played Pearl first, and then afterwards I played Platinum. And Platinum was a big step up, at least in my mind back then, from Pearl and Diamond. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so fun. I played it with both my siblings because they were both into Pokemon back then. We just had a lot of fun on this game and I really enjoyed it. It was the first game I completed because I didn't finish Pearl before I started Platinum, so it holds a special place in my heart for that reason as well. So I've done the freckles and I feel like they look really cute. It's definitely giving it more of that whimsical vibe I was going for, and it's made me feel like this whole section is all finished now, so we're going to move on to the lips. For the lips, I'm going to go in with this bright green colour in this palette. I feel like it's a good colour to match the eyeliner, and I don't want to have my lips too light because I feel like that doesn't really suit me, so we're going to go in with green. So my second favourite game is Black 2. I just remember loving these games a lot, and it's weird because I don't fully remember the plot of those games, but I just remember sitting and really enjoying the games because I kind of got out of the games a little bit, and then Black 2 really got me back into it. But I didn't really like the original, the white and the black games. I felt like they were a little bit subpar, so having this really good game come out straight after was so good and I really enjoyed it. Now that the lips are done, they're a little bit dry, so I'm going to go in with some setting spray over my whole entire face just to make it look a little bit more normal. And I believe now the only thing I have to do is highlighter, so while I do this I'm going to talk about my most favourite Pokemon game of all time. If you are a fan of Pokemon, this is definitely the most bog standard answer. You would have seen this coming from a mile away, but my favourite game is Soul Silver. I think Soul Silver and Heart Gold are undeniably the most favourite game of the franchise. They are just such good games. They feel really long compared to other Pokemon games, especially the earlier releases that I played. This game felt so much better than anything I'd ever played before. It just kept on going. Every time I felt like the game was going to finish and that was going to be the end, everything got amped up and it started again, and it was so fun. I absolutely adored this game. It's the Pokemon game I've completed the most. It might be the game I've completed the most. No, I don't think that's true because I play Dragon Quest too much. Probably Dragon Quest followed by Soul Silver are the most completed games I've ever had. This game is so good. If you want to get into Pokemon, I would highly recommend starting with Soul Silver or Heart Gold. You will not regret it. They are the best games of the franchise. They are so good. Very, very solid games. Now that all the makeup is done, I feel like I should just go put on the wig and then we can finish up this video. So this is the final look. Now that I've got the wig on, I do feel like it's a little bit ugly. Honestly, I don't know if I like it or not. I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments if I did a good job or a bad job. I feel like the makeup is good, it just doesn't look good with a wig. But maybe it's just because when I wear wigs, I'm usually in drag makeup, and drag makeup is very much more contoured, and this one isn't at all. So it looks weird to me having a fringe when I don't have contour on. But regardless of whether I like the makeup or not, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment down below what else you'd like me to do, and subscribe as I post a new video every single week, and I'd love to see you again. But until then, bye!